the case of transfer of a capital asset by a partner or a member of a firm or AOP. We all know how a partnership works, and I'll just give you the example of partnership and you can equally correlate it to the others. In case of a partnership, the way it works is you have a partner and you have a partnership firm. Normally, in a partnership firm, all the partners contribute some capital, which is used to carry on businesses, and whatever profits comes in, that gets distributed to various partners. Now, if I go back a little, जो पार्टनर हैं वो फर्म में कैपिटल लेके आते हैं. अब कैपिटल दो तरीके से आ सकता है, या तो आप कैश इंट्रोड्यूस कर दीजिए और या फिर आप कैश इंट्रोड्यूस करने के बजाय आप कोई अपना एसेट दे दीजिए. मान लीजिए मेरे पास एक लैंड था, मैंने पार्टनरशिप फर्म को दे दिया, उस पर हमने अपना ऑफिस बना दिया. So therefore, it could work in two ways. When you introduce money, obviously there is no problem. I know how much is the value of the money and I can accordingly take it as capital. The issue comes in if instead of money, some partner contributes some capital asset. Again, capital asset means as per the provisions of this chapter. So if some partner contributes some capital asset as his capital contribution, then how do I compute my capital gain? The thing is very simple. Let us see it now. So gains arising from transfer of a capital asset by a partner to the firm or member to the AOP or BOIs by way of capital contribution or otherwise. Now otherwise can be, say, if you had kind of given it on what you can say for usage, or you some kind of maybe gift, unless and gift is exempt from capital gains tax, but there could be some other way of transferring it, shall be chargeable under head capital gains in the previous year in which such transfer took place. So the first thing is that there has to be gains arising from transfer. Transfer, again, you have to see it in accordance with the definition that we have seen of a capital asset. Now, the asset which is transferred must be a capital asset. If it is not a capital asset, this provision is not applicable. So if suppose what I transfer is something which is, say, personal effect, in that case, it is not a capital asset by the partner to the firm. Now the person who is contributing has to be a partner of the firm. Now it could be two ways. One, I can either be an existing partner or I can be a new partner who's being admitted to the partnership, or it could be that you're just forming a partnership firm. आप एक partnership firm बना ही रहे हैं और उसमें आपका capital gain हो गया. Or a member to an AOP or BOIs. AOP और BOI में Association of Person और Body of Individual में आपके पार्टनर नहीं होते, उसके मेंबर्स होते हैं. तो अगर कोई मेंबर कोई कैपिटल एसेट ट्रांसफर करता है एसोसिएशन ऑफ पर्सन को या बॉडी ऑफ इंडिविजुअल को, नाउ दिस ट्रांसफर कैन बी बाय वे ऑफ कैपिटल कंट्रीब्यूशन, आप अपने कैपिटल के तौर पे कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं, या अदरवाइज shall be chargeable under the head capital gain in the previous year in which such transfer takes place. So the capital gain is chargeable. It is chargeable in the previous year in which such transfer took place. The next very obvious thing which comes up for consideration is, मैंने asset तो transfer कर दिया, मुझे capital gain किस amount पे लगेगा भाई? So if I see that, then whatever is the amount which is recorded in the books of the firm, AOP or body of individual, is the sale consideration which you have to take for the purpose of section 48. मतलब अगर मैंने कोई भी एसेट ट्रांसफर किया है, वो जो फर्म है अपनी बुक्स में कितने अमाउंट में रिकॉर्ड करती है, दैट इज रेलेवेंट टू कंप्यूट माय कैपिटल गेन. तो मान लीजिए मैंने एक लैंड ट्रांसफर किया, फर्म ने 5 लाख रुपए मेरे अकाउंट में, कैपिटल अकाउंट में उसके क्रेडिट कर दिए और 5 लाख में वो एसेट वहां पर बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड कर लिया. मैंने लैंड खरीदा था 3 लाख का, तो जब मैं अपने कैपिटल गेन कंप्यूट करूंगा तो मेरे लिए सेल कंसिडरेशन हो जाएगी 5 लाख, मेरा कॉस्ट ऑफ एक्विजिशन होगा 3 लाख. अगर इंडेक्सेशन है तो मैं इंडेक्स करूंगा कॉस्ट, अगर नहीं है तो मैं नहीं करूंगा, और अकॉर्डिंगली 5 लाख में से वो अमाउंट माइनस करके मेरा कैपिटल गेन निकल आए. Now, just to recapitulate what we learned in this slide, in case there are any capital gains which arise from transfer of a capital asset by a partner to the firm or a member to an association of person or body of individual, this contribution could be by way of capital contribution or otherwise. It is chargeable to tax under the head income from capital gain in the previous year in which such transfer takes place. And for the purpose of attributing or for the purpose of computing my sale consideration, I see what is the amount recorded in the books of account of the firm or the AOP or the BOI as value of asset. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब हम देखेंगे कि अगर एक फर्म का डिसोल्यूशन हो जाए, वी ऑल नो कि फर्म जो है वो डिसॉल्व हो सकती है. आप लोगों ने पार्टनरशिप एक्ट में ये सब अपना पढ़ा होगा और अकाउंट्स में भी आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि डिसोल्यूशन ऑफ अ फर्म इज अ कॉमन थिंग. तो अगर कोई फर्म डिसॉल्व हो जाती है, उसके डिसोल्यूशन होने पे एक तो आप 2 तरीके हो सकते हैं. या तो फर्म अपने एसेट बेच के उससे जो पैसा रियलाइज हो वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दे पार्टनर्स को, और दूसरा ये हो सकता है कि वो जो एसेट है वो ही उठा के पार्टनर्स को दे दे. जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि सपोज मैंने लैंड फर्म को दे दिया था, फर्म डिसॉल्व हुई, मैंने कहा भैया ठीक है फर्म तो डिसॉल्व हो गई, ये लैंड आप मुझे वापस कर दो. देन टेक्निकली पहले तो वो इनकम टैक्स पर्पस के लिए मेरा ट्रांसफर हो चुका है, तो मेरा कैपिटल गेन वहां पे लग गया. अब जब मुझे वापस ये मिला है तो मेरी टैक्सेबिलिटी क्या होगी वो देखते हैं. सो अगेन, gains arising from distribution of a capital asset. Again, there has to be gains. First and foremost thing, अगर gain ही नहीं है तो टैक्स किस चीज का? From distribution of capital assets. So basically, what you mean by distribution of capital asset is that these are distributed amongst the partners. Now this dissolution can be, this distribution can be on dissolution or otherwise, which means या तो फर्म डिसॉल्व हो रही है या आप अदरवाइज ये जो भी आपके कैपिटल एसेट है अपने पार्टनर्स को दे देते हैं. कौन दे देता है? बाय अ फर्म और अदर एसोसिएशन ऑफ पर्सन और बॉडी ऑफ इंडिविजुअल. So basically, in such a case, this distribution is treated as a taxable event, and it is chargeable to tax as income of the previous year in which such transfer takes place. So basically what happens is that when you transfer the capital asset, either you are a firm or you are an association of person or you are a BOI, it is chargeable to tax as income of the previous year in which such transfer takes place. Again, the next question is, what is my consideration? My consideration is the fair market value on the date of dissolution. And therefore, whatever is the fair market value of the asset on the date of distribution, that is construed as the sale consideration for capital gains purpose. The next thing which one needs to note is that this dissolution or otherwise word. Now what do you mean by otherwise? Otherwise would basically refer to a case where the firm comes to an end. It doesn't cover the case where a partner retires and he receives his share of partnership, including goodwill. मतलब अगर आप नॉर्मल कोर्स में रिटायर हो रहे हैं और उस रिटायरमेंट में आपको फर्म आपकी पेमेंट की तरफ कोई कैपिटल एसेट देती है, दैट इज नॉट कवर्ड. What is covered is the distribution of capital asset on this dissolution.